job, please. Part of this actually is your job description, you know? But yeah, you're doing great, Cam. I'm proud. You're doing real well. Ugh, y'all, we're actually is it it's already, y'all, I can't believe it's 3:30 already. I told the lady of the house to set an alarm in the next 15 minutes because I'm going to have to go and take care of getting indie food and indie meds, and returning some stuff that I need to return. I admire your ability to say use your fucking brain in professional jargon, right? It's so well worded. It's so succinct and not at all rude, while at the same time conveying, like, please, dear God, will you do the fucking bare minimum? You know? It's one of those things. It's like, please, dear God, can you just do the absolute baseline of your job? I'm begging. I'm honestly, proud. I combined two templates that have a lot of success with us to evaluate at the beginning. Yeah. I can do the same with medical professionals and school administrators. It's one of those things where when you are forced to like communicate with people who may be somewhat classically difficult to communicate with, you have to find different avenues for how you get your point across, you know. I know plenty of times in the past, whether it's been developers or, people who are on the business side, or people, sometimes it was parents. Oh my God. Y'all, the most diplomatic shit that I ever had to try and read to, to write to parents to be like, hi, hello. Your child, they aren't doing anything, and I see that you are not enforcing your child doing anything. So my next question is, how can we fix this? One of my biggest problems is that my PM is a yapper, and all the context is mostly through conversation, and we can't do that. See, do y'all have like enterprise solution like Confluence or something that you're using, like, to capture any sort of project documentation? Or no, it's all just by the seat of their pants? Because, like, a lot of times, sort of like you're already doing with this, like, worksheet, just making them the, like, containers to put their stuff into and being like, hey, I know that we talked about this, but talking about it is not going to help. The only product documentation is stuffed into features that are novel length. Yeah, that's so difficult, where it's like, hey, can we break out user stories? Hey, can we break out like elements of design, like just the wireframes for X, Y, or Z? Like, to me, that's so wild, just because I always worked in SDLC, where the enterprise software for capturing that information was like, interacting with it was just a given as being like part of your huge fucking everyday life, right? Like ticketing and Jira and all of your documentation and Confluence or stuff managed through Bamboo and stuff like that, where it's like, you had there was no question, sort of. We have Azure DevOps Wiki. I miss Confluence. Yeah, it's frustrating. Especially frustrating. That's how bad it is. That's not good, girl. When you say, I miss Confluence, Ripski, my sports ball, hold on. My sports ball homies are trying to come up with a way that they can fairly decide who gets the Super Bowl tickets. And 100% of the ideas cater to the idea maker's special interest or focus. Like how, CC? They're like, How are they? I like this concept, but I'm not understanding how it applies. Unfortunately, I have to ask husband to call the company that owns the house next door and ask them to stop plowing the damn yard. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, please don't do that. The owner doesn't respect women because, yeah, that's rough. Listen, there's part of one of those things where you're like, oh boy. Like, we will have a road race to decide, set by the D1 collegiate sprinter. Okay, I see, CC. So one's like, we should have a race. And then somebody's like, the person who's like an incredible, they got really into sourdough. They're like, we're going to have a bread competition. Whoever makes the best boule, you know? I see. It's so funny to me. Like, the Super Bowl, even if I was somebody who enjoys professional sports, much like I've talked about this with concerts, right? Like, one of my homies recently was like, yo, we should go to New York and go see Justice while they're on tour. And I was like, because they were like, we didn't go see them on the Woman Worldwide tour. We should see them for the Hyperdrama tour. And I was like, listen, I love this band. I love their music. But there's no fucking way that, like, this close to 40, I can handle a fucking arena, like, rave show. You know what I mean? That would go so off the rails so quickly.